Hi everyone and welcome back. Well, summer's coming up, which means home improvement projects. And before you get going on those projects, there are some things that you need to keep in mind. So to tell us a little bit about permits that we may need before we jump into these projects, I have Sherry Brown with the city with us. What are some things we need to know as homeowners before we jump into any of these projects?
Well, you'll need to know that some things require a permit and some things don't. And for example, if you want to put a new fence up for springtime, if it's below 6 feet, you don't need a permit. If it's above, you'll need a permit for that. If you want that new yard barn and it's less than 120 square feet, you don't need a permit. Something larger, you do need one.
Where do we find out the details on what we do and don't need permits for?
You can find them out in one of two places. You can either go to the city website and go to the community development page and click on building permits, and you'll get a nice list there. Or just call us. We're happy to answer the question on the fly.
And I'm sure this time of year your phone is ringing off the hook. I think people are really excited to be outside and to be fixing things around their house, in and outside. So it is a busy time for things.
It is.
But there's also something else that we need to keep in mind when we're looking at these home improvement projects, and that is finding a good contractor.
Absolutely.
What do we need to know when we're looking for a contractor to come in and help us with some of these projects?
Well, the first thing you need to do is to find one you're comfortable with and who's reputable. Talk to your neighbors, see who did projects at their house, and if they like the work, then call the contractor and talk to him or her.
Are there some qualifications that the contractor needs to have that we should see as homeowners?
Oh, absolutely. In Tennessee, when contractors are licensed, they get a wallet card that has identification and tells you that they are a licensed contractor. They also have proof of insurance. Any of the contractors around town will be happy to show that to you. And as a homeowner, ask to see it.
And then how many contractors should we, interview or bring in to talk to? What do you
Always get 2 or 3.
Okay. Just because of the cost, and sometimes, as I know that whenever I've had some projects done, the estimates and the prices can vary.
Oh, they can vary wildly, and it's important to get one you can communicate with as well, because be sure he understands what you want done.
That's right. And you also mentioned something important, which is have them write this down.
Absolutely.
Why is that important that we have the contractors write down what we need to know?
Because then you'll know that they clearly understood exactly what you want done. Because if you have to have them change that project later on or midstream, it costs you extra money.
And you mentioned with the money, should we be paying them beforehand?
No, not the full amount by any means. And don't pay any more than 1/3 down on the front end. And don't pay that last payment until everything is done that you've agreed should be done.
So when we're looking for a contractor, what's our little checklist that we need to go through? We should check with our neighbors.
That'll get you references.
Okay.
Always get the estimate in writing.
Okay.
Never pay the full amount up front.
Okay.
Only pay as much as 1/3 up front. And don't pay that final payment until the work is done to your satisfaction and per your written agreement.
And this is a big time of year where we really do step into some of these home improvement projects. What do you see people tackling first, or what seems to take top priority?
We have been on the phone all day, it seems, the last 2 weeks, talking to people about a new front porch, a new deck, that new fence, that new yard barn.
I think the deck is a big one. We're ready to be outside and on the deck. And
the snow is gone, the leaves are gone. You want to be outside right now.
And is there anything else, any other information that we're missing here about what we as the public in Bristol need to know about either selecting a contractor or also coming to the city and looking for some guidance in terms of permits?
Sure, 2 things really. If you ever have a question, call the office.
Okay.
We're happy to meet you on site, happy to answer the questions by phone. If you want to kind of make another stab at checking out the contractor, go to the State of Tennessee website. They have a contract lookup list that you can check the person out.
Great. These are all great tips. We are so excited that you came on the show today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, we've all got some great advice before we hit these summer projects. If you're looking for something fun to do, we've got some great ideas. That's coming up next.